Hi, I'm Dustin with MinuteHound. You probably found us because you were either looking for a time clock, some time cards, or some type of time and attendance system. Whatever the reason, I'm glad you're here. In the next couple of minutes, you'll see how MinuteHound is revolutionizing the time clock industry. Thousands of companies have already made the switch, and by the time you finish watching this short video, you'll understand why. The first time clock was invented in 1888 by Willard Bundy, a jeweler from New York. He invented a machine that you inserted a timesheet into, and it stamped your timesheet with the date and time. Time clocks haven't really changed much since, until now. Let's start by talking about some of the issues with traditional time clocks. Would you like to know where your people really are? Businesses in the United States pay an estimated $3.7 trillion in payroll each year. These same businesses lose an estimated $148 billion as a result of inefficient time card accounting. How does this happen? There are two common ways that contribute to this loss in money: buddy punching and schedule exceptions. Buddy punching is where one employee will clock in or out for another employee. This happens from time to time in most every business. Schedule exceptions are when an employee clocks in early or late, resulting in more time worked than scheduled and more money out of your pocket. What does this mean to your business? Well, the average loss is 5% of your payroll. Just in case you didn't catch that, let me repeat it again. 5%. That comes out to about $1,100 per employee each year. That's like paying your payroll taxes twice. This means if you have 5 employees, you're giving away $5,500 a year. If you have 10 employees, you're giving away $11,000 per year. These aren't made-up numbers. These are the facts. $148 billion in losses per year. $1,100 in losses per employee. Think of what you can do with all that extra cash. Maybe you can give some money to charity, go on a vacation, or buy a fancy sports car. The point is, at least you'll be choosing how to spend your money instead of just giving it away. Losing money is a big deal, but it's not the only problem. Any of these things sound familiar? Lost time cards, accidentally clocking in or out on the wrong card, handwritten changes to the time or date on the time card, clock broken, time out of sync, date out of sync. And what about when it's time to process payroll? Trying to read the time cards could sometimes be like breaking the code to the Pentagon classified files. Then you have to go through all the time cards with a calculator and calculate all the time that's worked. Wouldn't it be nice to have a report that calculated everything for you? And what about storing all that paper? I love trees, don't you? I think we'd all agree that the world has changed a lot since 1888. Isn't it weird that the way we clock in and out hasn't? Now is your chance to make a change for yourself, your company, and your people. Well, I'd like to formally introduce you to MinuteHound, the future of time and attendance. MinuteHound uses patented biometric identification technology to read your fingerprint and encodes it into a binary code that identifies you. That data is then transmitted to a remote location that processes that data and provides you with reports. Privacy and security is always a big concern for us at MinuteHound. What's different about us versus other biometric systems is that although we scan your fingerprint, we don't store your fingerprint, so there's never a reason to be concerned about your personal privacy. Instead, your fingerprint is encoded to a unique string of numbers that were used to identify you. MinuteHound gives you real-time reporting that allows you to see exactly what's happening in your business right now, instead of later when it's usually too late. Your employee and the designated manager will get an instant email if there's an exception to the schedule. Your employees will also be able to log in and review their live current status at any moment from anywhere online. And since it uses biometric identification, you can be assured that the employee clocking in is the same employee getting paid, not a coworker that's taking some money out of your pocket. Wouldn't it be nice to know exactly who's working and what time they got in? Do you know where your employees are right now? There's a lot of technology in this whole process, but the way it works is really simple. Here's how it works. You plug in your USB fingerprint scanner. You download the software. You register your employees. Your employees clock in by placing their finger on our patented USB finger scanner device. The fingerprint is converted to a unique binary number. The number is shot across the web at lightning speed. The clock-in time is recorded at a remote server location, and you get alerts based on parameters you set. This is actually faster and safer than systems that store the data locally because there's no on-site data risk. The clock-in times can also be monitored by a manager or whomever you designate within your business. When it's time to process the payroll, you run a report that gives you all the information you need in a nice and easy-to-read format. It's really that simple, and you're on your way to saving thousands of dollars and saving a lot of valuable time. So, in the time you watch this video, businesses in the U.S. have lost over $4 million because they're still using an ancient process to track their time and attendance. Isn't it time to evolve? You're probably asking, how do I get started? Well, that's really the easy part. First, you order your fingerprint scanner. It's a fraction of the cost of buying a traditional time clock. So you get better technology at a cheaper price. It's like buying a computer for the price of a calculator. Every client that has switched to MinuteHound loves MinuteHound. And once they begin using it, they can't believe they were able to get by without it. We want to keep it that way. So every scanner is backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can return it at any time for a full refund with no questions asked. The second and final step to getting started is registering your company. This puts you into our master system and allows tracking and reporting of your time and attendance. The monthly service is only pennies a day, and it allows us to keep our systems maintained and our technology constantly improving. The big question I ask all companies is, what's the simplest thing you've done this year to make a dramatic impact on your business? Now you've got the chance to make a huge impact, and it couldn't be any easier. Can you afford to wait another minute? Click on the Buy Now link to join the thousands of companies who have already made the switch to MinuteHound, the future of time and attendance.